Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Ubians. Guys, thank you very much for subscribing and for watching my previous video. I mean, there's still so much on the box, so much I want to release, speak out, and it's just part of my healing process. And as nervous as I am,
You're
I'm
nervous?
happy. Yes.
You're nervous? Why? Why? Not yesterday. Like today, nobody is crying. What do you mean you're nervous?
I am.
Why?
Because, like how I was saying, you never know how people are going to take it, Already I have people saying that I'm chasing cloud. I'm like,
Are you... like if you are the one that commented if this was my channel, we do not deal now we're straight, but I gotta be respectful because this is Sbahle's channel. They should come to my channel.
They must go comment and say, I commented.
Wow.
Then we'll find you.
No, I've not received so much hate. Anyway, guys, so yeah, I'm Oami, Nature's Room. I also have an entertainment channel. We just hit 200,000 subscribers. So yeah, the link to them will be in the description box if you obviously want to go and check out my channel as well. But I get so much negativity that I'm literally used to it. Like if I upload videos a whole week and there's no negative videos, I'm like, what's going on? Like something is wrong. Like something ain't going right. People will always talk. And so I think that before we start, we should go ahead and address some of the stuff that I actually saw from the previous video. Guys, the previous video was a sit down, it was not an interview. It's a sit down, having a conversation. Obviously, I'm gonna be asking some questions girls talking, girl talk. So it's not an interview. If you're looking for an interview, honestly, you're not gonna get that here.
Yeah, it's not an interview, guys. It's a sit down. We are actually friends. And yeah, I couldn't do it alone. I have my own YouTube channel and I'm speaking because every time I tried doing that, oh my god, I'll start crying, and I just looked ugly. I was like,
Never did your life.
And that's it. I need a friend of mine who's I can talk to freely, who knows my story, and someone, because we're just full of dry jokes where we laughing where I'm laughing while crying, and she's there at it, girl.
Oh, and the other thing again that I saw, should we tell her? Okay. So the other thing that I was laughing at was the fact that someone was like, oh, I wish the interviewer wouldn't be so touchy. I'm like at the back of my mind, I'm like, girl, that's my friend. I'm not gonna let my friend be emotional and I'm not touching her. Obviously, I'm not gonna touch every person that I sit next to. But guys, we have actually been close. Because we started communicating last year already. So yeah.
I followed her.
Shit, you followed me back. I followed you first when I needed the scoop. I followed you back. You followed me back. And I mean, obviously, niggas were like, oh, as I said, every single time, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, did you see that? Meanwhile, we're in the DMs kicking, we're on WhatsApp kicking, we're on phone call kicking. So, yeah, guys. And the other thing again, let me tell you, I didn't tell you about this. There's a lady, can I be a bit spicy today? There's a lady that works for Metro FM that went onto her Instagram stories, and she was like, who is this lady that took her shoes off during what was supposed to be a very important interview? So it means that just because the shoes were off, it was no longer an important, because of I said and I was comfortable. And I obviously responded to her, but I just want to respond again because if you're watching, you are stupid. And that's my personal opinion, because my name was said right there in the beginning of the video. Like, you need to be one dumb, educated ignoramus for you to ask a question of who someone is whilst their name was literally said from the beginning. So just because you work on Metro FM does not make you better than everyone. You need to put your voice down. So I think, what are we here for today?
So yeah, guys, in relation to the previous video we did, it was just to sit down. I was unmasking myself, letting you guys know what situation I'm in, that I don't have my ankle bone, and basically I have to live every day, wake up and live knowing that's me. And I was letting you guys know I've accepted myself, and as part of my healing process, actually, that's why I'm out here today to speak out everything, because that was just the first bit about it, but there's so much like more. She was my whole story, but there's so much more we're gonna be releasing, and with all the things, I think people who are in situations as well were very inspired. People started looking at life differently, because actually you do, when you're in this situation, you want to, you know, there's so much more into life than you crying. And also we'll even get to points where I'm talking about, you know, the support system, and actually in general, we would say how people in such situations should be treated. And, you know, because I just feel like no one can kind of relate to us. You know, like, I don't like speaking, because whenever I speak, I'm being told, no, Sbahle.
You keep on saying that. Who calls you that? Who? Like, that's like.
No, it's going to be long.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to say. I just didn't want to say racist.
But yeah, where I'm always being told, no, Sbahle, your life is perfect. Be happy, you survived. And I'm like, people fail to understand, surviving is beautiful, but also it's not an easy journey. It's not something that's easy for us to wake up and live with every day. You know, the fact that I have to wake up every day and I'm looking at my scars, my foot with no ankle bone, you know, it doesn't sit well, still doesn't sit well. And I don't think it will ever sit well, actually, but it's a whole thing where I just need to keep pushing, because if I'm pushing, you guys will see, you know, there's actually more into it. Like the fact that I have my flexibility, I'm moving freely, I'm doing everything. It's also inspiring other people who have given up on themselves, to listen, stand up. And for people who are not in those situations, but if I feel like Sbahle or Moto's situation in jail, that's it, you know, so you must, it's a whole thing where we just all need to stand up and push. So
wow, imagine putting me
she's
on
always talking about, Sbahle, your butt. When do you train? The way you always want that body. Actually, pressure, I'm putting it up.
No, you are, and
so if you do,
no,
you must post. So look on YouTube and it's a story.
So no, but I honestly just wanted to say this, my friend. Like, honestly, you do inspire me, especially when I see you at gym, like in the gym, and I'm sitting here and I'm paying a membership and I'm not even really going. I feel like it's always that thing of, you know, like you did say something that is so important. Like you said that people that will get you and they're like, oh, your life is perfect. Like, and I will not lie, at first when we met, I felt that way. Because I'm like, girl, like, okay, I understand, you know, you're using a moon body. And obviously when you opened up, but I was like, you literally have the perfect life. Like, you're gorgeous, you know, you are, like, you're Sbahle, you know. But as time went, I felt like I started like just, the more I got to know you, I understood that the things that are important to me are not as important to you, and the things that are important to you, they're not as important to me. Do you understand what I'm saying? And so we view life in different ways
because we are different, and it's also with me and my situation. Like I almost lost my life, so me being here today, it's, you know, I look at life differently to the next person. So I can't expect the next person to fully understand me and to relate to me, you know, which is fine. Like I'm not pushing anyone, but it just makes me realize a bit to need new friends. So I might change you as well.
I mean, I cannot be exited. I just entered. You need to start with the ones that have been here. Start with those ones. Start reshuffling me now. Like, I just entered. There's no way, you know, it's those ones that are okay that it's to do and I'm not as. So, but friend, there's one thing that I actually just want, maybe, and this is the only thing that I want us to clear when it comes to the accident, the last thing, because today we're not talking about the accident, we're talking about something else that came after that. Did you get the rough money?
Guys, so I mean, if I did, hey,
you'd be bored. It's like, girl, I wouldn't be sitting here with you. You know, in Dubai.
Everyone's saying up here outside. Guys, I didn't get it because number one, the camera that was there, a very big camera, was not working, and I mean, it was not working. So nothing more could be done, and we did try to see well, obviously I pushed for it, you know, because obviously since my car accidents I haven't been able to work, to function much, so that money was definitely needed. But yeah, there was no way in and out around the story, so yeah, I'm still sitting on 0 from Raf.
So Raf did not give anything, you know.
I wanted to realize, like, I'm going to see, I was at the Sbahle.
No, I definitely have to clear that because I got so many DMs that basically like came from that video. Like, why did you ask this question? And I had wanted to ask, but I just forgot.
No,
I'm telling you, I like. It's so girl. So basically, like, okay, when we spoke about the amnesia, right? That's how it's pronounced, right?
Amnesia.
So you said that there were certain people that you forgot and there were certain people that you remembered. But from the people that you remembered, you did say that you remembered your mom, obviously, because it was the time that you had thought that you fell down the stairs and you were like at school. But when you woke up, when it came to like, obviously, like, I'm gonna go to friends. At that time you were dating, right? Who were you dating?
Somebody.
Somebody said, you forgot. Let me remind you, Itumeleng Khune. Let me remind you. Did you remember him though? Because listen, from what happened outside, obviously, you know, me being someone that was very much investigative and whatever, reporting on that, we saw Itumeleng Khune like even put out posts like pray for Sbahle, you know, this and that, and there were basic allegations that, you know, it was only close family, and Itu was one of the people that were allowed like to come in and see you at the hospital and everything. But when you woke up, like, did you remember him?
To be honest, I don't remember that part, the beginning part, but all I remember is we used to speak every day, and I did have moments where, obviously I enjoyed it because I mean I didn't have much visitors and I had no one to speak to. They didn't give me my phone.
Really? Wait, how were you talking to him then if you didn't have a phone?
Guys, the hospital phone was my phone.
You know. Why did they take your phone though?
No, because obviously Sbahle will be on her bed, Biznama stories, Insta stories, posting. I would have taken too many pictures for you guys. I mean, duh. But I didn't have my phone, which was good actually.
Yeah,
I'm very
it
happy
was.
that my parents just said to
No phone.
no phone.
So it was only voice calls.
So basically, you used to call the hospital number in my session and they'll give me the phone and then we'll speak. Obviously we couldn't speak for long, but we'll speak. It was nice, and then you call me like a couple of times, like a lot in one day.
Wow.
Because we could, but it was nice, So if anything, it was a very refreshing moment, and yes, it's my ex, and I am appreciative of the time he gave me, because we used to speak all the time. It was beautiful, and I was told it's my boyfriend, the person I love, and I did have moments where obviously I had to try to figure out a good thing. What did I love about him? But I'm not being spicy actually, guys, but I had the moments a lot where I enjoyed talking to him. Everything was beautiful. I would even get my friends to bring me my kawang.
Wow,
it was all nice.
You don't say.
But yeah, I did have my moments where you always try to figure out, I used to figure out, so what did I love about this guy? As much as I love talking with him now and everything, but it was just a thing, because obviously I had amnesia, so I wouldn't fully understand everything, but it was a good moment. I enjoyed the moments, being on phone calls with him visiting me when he was around. It was beautiful. So yeah, big ups to him.
So you never remembered him?
No, yeah, sure. I don't know how I got the beginning part of it. I don't remember.
Okay, then
If I woke up not remembering him, or if I woke up remembering him, I don't know.
Like when you saw him.
But all I remember, I used to speak to him all the time, and I don't know. I used to have a lot of gossip to tell him. I'm like, yeah, today there's
like gossiping the nurses and stuff.
No, I was too active in hospital.
What were you doing?
I had a person who came to do my hair.
Wow.
I would even do my nails. I had tips. I would even get a massage. I would go get suntans. I did everything. I would even get shaved, and I did everything actually. I was just too active. And I would even have, my family didn't know though, but I had a lot of visitors. Aside from the ones they knew were visitors. When they were gone, I was like, yeah guys, come to the caf.
Who were those guys that were coming?
It was not my friends. It was my friends. Some were just handsome, some were
Did Itumeleng couldn't know this, that handsomes were coming in?
Well, you didn't know them as handsome, so you knew that my friends here were there.
Okay.
He knew I was open. I used to tell him everything, because he was like my gossip friend. I'll be telling him, yeah, this. I was just too open. But yeah, when the hospital, I was too active. Actually, I did everything. The only thing I couldn't do, which I asked my dad so many times until I decided to roll my eyes, was to bring my dog.
But now I wanna actually find out. You wake up, they tell you this is your boyfriend. You guys are talking, everything is fine. What went wrong?
No, so in relation to the beginning part of it, I don't remember the full details, but I know everyone had to kind of introduce themselves, so I'm assuming that he also had to be,
Yeah.
I had to be told and stuff, but in relation to what happened, we were perfectly fine until I left hospital, and then after leaving hospital in December, because I didn't want to leave in December, and let's say,
Miss
Queen December,
medical aid.
Yeah, always extra. But yeah, and then obviously he was at the time while I was in hospital, he had a hand he was busy with. And when I left hospital, it became kind of difficult to see him, because But so I decided to say to it like, you know, when you're in hospital, when I left hospital, because I felt like I was a virgin. God, all I wanted to do was to just. So, okay, I was busy, no 1 + 1. I told my guy, let's just break up in peace so I can just find a quick one. And we broke up, and I was just happy. I was actually very relieved because now I could just go.
Hi, Paul. But no, what I never understand, like obviously.
But yeah, no, he was a good person. In my time in hospital, and then we just broke up because I just felt like he couldn't give me his time, and I wanted time, so I can stop being a virgin. So we just did it. It was a simple thing. It was just like, we need this complexity, and also I knew the girl he was busy with. I always know everything. I find out.
Wait, is like okay? Because I know he's married now. Was it a girl before the one he's married to? Or?
No, it was the wife. So but either way, I'm not hating.
Yeah. But besides, if he's not married to you, he does not belong to you. He belongs to Jesus.
Yeah, you know, we were.
So yeah, we only respect people's husbands. But if you're dating,
your boyfriend, you just.
You know, it's fair game. You know, you can
have
and whatever. But so his wife basically bricked you, friend.
Well, even before then, like he's a guy. He's always been a guy.
Is it?
No.
The last part that I'm going to actually ask about is I'm so curious. I remember, if I was not too mistaken, because I know that he is Minnie's ex as well. There was a time that Minnie was talking and she was like, oh, when he came to the airport to fetch her or something, I think it was their first date or something, please don't quote me. And then she was talking about like how he came sort of like with an entourage, like bodyguards and stuff. Was it like that with you? Like, did you guys used to travel with like bodyguards and cars?
No, what bodyguards? I knew with the bodyguards we had at home.
For your mom.
But no, he was a relaxed guy. When I knew him, I was just a normal guy who was obviously publicly known, which put so much pressure on me. I was like,
yes, because that's the only guy that we ever know you've dated. Who else have you dated?
A lot others.
Mission undercover. Wow.
And yeah, I remember them with my amnesia. All of them.
So if you thought you were safe, she may have forgotten everyone, but those ones, they're coming back. So if you ever messed up, just walk the other way if you beat her. But then wait, whose decision was it for you guys to go public with your dating, or is it something that you can't remember?
It happened, I don't remember, but I think we didn't decide to go public, it just happened.
Oh,
or maybe it was a thing of us posting, you know, like with the stories. I don't know how it was, but it was just a simple thing, and either way, he was fine with it, and I was like, okay, it's just that I was such a big fan of Minnie, and then when it came out, I was like...
You were such a big fan of Minnie, so you were okay dating an ex in private, you were like...
But when they broke up, I mean, I wasn't there when we were dating.
Yeah.
But when they broke up, I was like...
No, but it was fake game. Even if Minnie was still with him, girl.
No, I wasn't. I loved Minnie so much. Like, we all used to just love the girl. And yeah, so we also knew him, then we followed him. And when they broke up, it was a thing we like, out of curiosity, like, But yeah, I had a good time.
But how did you meet him though? Like, how did you guys start dating?
I met him, it was at some party. So it wasn't a thing where we were like talking, DMing or anything. No, I wasn't there. But you know, when you meet a person and you're like, oh, so happy to see them anyway, because I mean, it's him. And yeah, guy just got feelings. So I don't mind.
I mean, guy and girl just got feelings.
Sit down.
Like, can I be honest with you? When I heard you were dating Itumeleng Khune, I was like that. I don't know.
Because everyone thought I was the reason behind the breakup.
No.
Oh, well, most people thought that, and then also people thought I was after his money.
Yeah, me and
it's just like obviously people didn't know that I come from a wealthy family.
We all
people
did not know.
You know, publicly it was, and I never used to like post anything.
Even now you don't.
Even now I don't.
I feel like I would have been that daughter that was on the bed in the Bentley, like in the.
But if you saw live, I was definitely. It was like I had too many pictures. It's just that I didn't want to post of it.
Is
it? Need to flex.
I was gonna flex on him. I'm kidding.
I can start now because
you can go ahead and start. I mean,
yeah, guys, what called you?
No, okay. I literally thought you were.
Let's stop with the jokes. Yeah, guys, let's stop with the jokes.
I literally thought you were with that guy for money. I was like, oh, this Instagram influencers. There was a time that a video of him came out where he was like screaming he would buy the bar. I think it was the bar or the whole the place where they were drinking, and he was with his friends, and his friends were like trying to calm him down, and he was like, I'll buy it, and he was in my fucking car, you know. I think it was definitely the fucking car and stuff like that. And I remember actually making a video, and I was like, Itumeleng just needs a wife. Yeah, he did get himself a wife, and so yeah.
So yeah,
it's a good thing. We are really happy for you.
What?
Be a mess.
Wow.
Wow, and that's good.
Fast forward, if you're gonna be being happy for people who are no longer part of the circle.
No, but we are though, honestly. And as we said, as long as it didn't marry you, it belongs to Jesus.
Well, either way, I was not going to be his wife.
Yeah.
We had our differences, and yeah, it was just too much. So, with him being married now, I'm not touched in any manner. I was never touched. I was just one of us. But yeah. But yeah, aside from that, yeah, I'm not taking it personal. I'm happy for him because I was never going to be part of that crew.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I feel like you're being an adult about it. You know, I know that
we don't really like spicy relationships. Because sometimes you date for dating, nothing more.
Yeah, that's true. But I remember when we found out that like he was with his wife. And I was like, the time period.
Oh yeah, no,
you know,
no,
like a lot of people I feel like even spoke about that.
Because even told us, we just had our
your own private.
But we had our things, but also only we could understand each other. No one else could. So yeah, because even when we were dating, we broke up so many times and
secret.
Yeah, but we were secret and we'll still operate because Instagram.
So you guys we didn't make it for the memory.
We didn't unfollow each other.
If you unfollowed each other, trust and believe there would have been a video that is dating 2018 on All Entertainment. Now let's go ahead and move on to your friends. When you woke up and you had your friends, because in the previous video that we had, you did talk about how some of your friends actually like moved away from you. Just tell me about that. And
with friends, well, I had 3 friends who were allowed in hospital, And obviously I didn't remember, but they showed me pictures and everything, and you know, things started adding up, and then we started talking as normal, which was beautiful. So I enjoyed that moment. But when I left hospital, I met others, but also with everyone, because we always take a lot of videos, pictures. So I was like, guys, it looks like we had a very good friendship, because obviously. But it looked beautiful, so I continued being friends with them. Some lied, said we were best friends, and then months later I'm like, bitch.
You remembered?
Yes. That's what we did.
You're like,
and you know, we have two straightforward. One is it, you lied, you said we were best friends. No. We are not, so why? So that's to, because people they take advantage of my amnesia, you know, by lying, saying you're best friends. Some were just not even friends, but came through as friends, and it was awkward, you know, and I still see those people.
wait, they were not your friends at all, and they came in and said
No,
they were
people
friends?
who you know them by saying hi, but they're not my friends.
Okay.
You know, I could know you by your friend, but you're not my friend. But some people took advantage and came forward and lied, saying they're my friend, that we are best friends, and yeah, it ended actually like that was awkward, because within probably 5-6 months I kind of knew, because that's when my memory was like fully back. So I knew who was lying and who wasn't.
Did you play games with them, or
I did. I just decided to never answer phone calls, and my phone is always on do not disturb, so I didn't have to answer their phone calls.
So if she never answered your phone calls, she remembered the truth, she would want.
Yeah, one thing which I wanted to actually also bring out is amnesia. You know, I had a very bad brain injury where, well, the scars are gone. I don't know how. Drink a lot of water. Yeah, I'm joking. I don't know how, but I was like cracked open. My scalp was very cracked open. It had to be put together from like my forehead, and I've got a very big forehead, thanks to the wigs. But I had a very bad brain injury and I lost memory. So before, I always had to wake up and, well, before I sleep actually, you know, everything I did today, let's say everything that happened today, before I sleep, I used to write it down in my book, so that when I wake up the next day, I can read what I did, who I spoke to, what I saw. Because if I didn't do that, it was awkward, because I had, before, it was in December when I left hospital in 2018, I used to call probably the same friends all the time, telling them how much I miss them. Oh my God, I miss you so much. Let's go for breakfast, let's go for lunch. And they're thinking, bitch, I saw you yesterday. But obviously I wouldn't remember that I saw them yesterday. So it was awkward moments. I had so many awkward moments where I would relieve everything, because I had some people that I genuinely liked their vibes, and I wanted to see them for breakfast, lunch and supper. So when I wake up the next morning, I'm calling the same person like over and over and over, you know, and until someone was like, yeah, okay, it's too much now. And they told me, actually, they advised me to just write everything down.
Are you serious?
Yes.
That was such
no, it's not a push, but it's understandable. Imagine I'm calling you every day telling you, oh, it's been a while, I miss you so much, when I saw you yesterday.
No, I mean, that was such a brilliant idea that person actually advised
so
you to
I started
write down.
to write everything down, or even write down who I call, so I won't waste money someone new.
Oh, wow.
Again.
Not waste that. No, it's matters in a time that is important.
And yeah, I had very awkward moments like that, and also my Instagram helped me a lot, because I would notice how I used to dress up and what hairs I had, what I had, and even training, because that's why I started training. Well, I started training when I woke up from a coma anyway, because I don't know, training was just, I've always been addicted. But you know, I used to like seeing the videos of how I used to train, so I decided to go to gym and lift weights. But with my amnesia, everything was just complex. But I remembered a few things, like I used to cook. When I left hospital, I used to always direct my dad and say, go to Woolworths and buy me asparagus, you know, the like the vegetables I like, and I'll be like the boneless chicken breast. So I can do chicken, you know, I used to tell him what to, and he would go get everything for me, or sometimes we'd go together, and I'll be like, I need this spice, soy sauce, this paprika.
So
and
those
so
coming back to
a few things I remember, things I loved and things I hated.
Wow.
But everything that was like in between, also black, white, more grey. Yeah, things in between I didn't like remember. So I used to love cooking, eating good food, and when I left hospital, I was always in my wheelchair. Like I'll let them at home cook their food, and then I'm like, I want salmon with broccoli.
And then they would cook that for you?
No, I didn't want them to cook. I think because I always used to like cooking for myself, so I would be in my wheelchair.
Okay.
And I would be like, please come take the pot, put it here.
Wait, was it your mother's Chinese ladies?
No, when I left hospital, I was, because of my parents' divorce, I was with my dad's family.
Oh.
So I was with his grandparents.
Your grandparents? Like, wait, your father's grandparents are still alive? You're not blessed, eh? Give us that fountain of
I was with his parents, and yeah, they were just, they thought I was being extra every day. I even used to wake up every day at 4 o'clock, be dressed, put my makeup.
What?
Well, I used to, yes, and I'll be waiting. By 6 o'clock, I'm sitting there, I'm like, I'm waiting for 9 o'clock, I'm having breakfast with this one, this friend. And it was probably like the same friend almost, yeah, for a while, because I used to call. But now it was awkward because in looking at my situation, and people knowing that's okay, it's not okay, they were scared to say no. I'm like, yeah, I would have said no. They were just, so they used to repeat having breakfast, lunch.
I'm sure you talk about the same
story. I guys, my amnesia was so bad. Oh, because of telling you the same story every day, would say, oh, this, and I'll be laughing. That moment, you are tired of laughing at the same joke.
You know what I thought? I thought that maybe like the amnesia that, or how it happens, is that, you know, you wake up, you have forgotten certain stuff, right? But you will remember everything going forth. So it means your amnesia was something that was constantly
whatever I did today, I wouldn't remember tomorrow.
Wow.
So having my phone was awkward because they're just Itumeleng phone numbers and whatnot, and people obviously used to send me SMSs and everything. So my life was very complex, you know, where
is it like that day you live, that day is done?
Done. And so the only thing I had was my book where I used to really look how my month was, you know, because I wouldn't know. And I was on pills, I was on medication, but with the medication I was on, I was never gonna fully recover. So they had to actually put me on a machine, but the machine was also like kind of new, you know, when something is new, and like if your parents would be like, should we try it? But luckily we did give it a try, and the doctor was like, yeah, your memory will be back in 2 to 3 years. When my doctor said in 2 to 3 years, I looked at life and I was like, I don't want to be here. And also it made me question my survival, because I was like, what the hell, that's too long. Like, I'd rather be resting in peace than to be waiting for my memory to come back in 2 to 3 years. You know, that's awkward. But luckily, the machine, everything was all nice, all good, and you know, everything will be coming together nice and slowly. And then it happened that on the 4th month, I was in the club, I was at Views. The Views is in Durban, my favorite spot, and there was a lot of R&B songs playing and I love taking stories, so I was singing along to all of them. So I wake up the next morning, I'm thinking, how the hell did I know these lyrics? Because you know, with my amnesia, I shouldn't be a person remembering lyrics. And then, obviously, I forwarded everything to my doctor. My doctor said, yeah, after this month, please don't come back. You are actually fully healed.
Wow.
So instead of it taking me 2 to 3 years, it actually took me 4 months to regain, well, after I started the treatment, to regain my memory. And yeah, I just happened to remember everything to the point where I actually remembered how my car accidents happened.
Oh, that was when you actually remember.
With me knowing that my friend was the cause of it, it wasn't me. You know, so I had like a full memory of everything. If I love you, I will definitely remember you. If I hate you, I'll never forget you. And but I think the thing that was special for me was to just let go of everyone, because I was completely different, and to just find new friends, which was fresh, because those are people who made me at my lowest in my wheelchair. They had to even maneuver with me in my wheelchair, take my wheelchair, put in the boots.
Girl, I used to see you dancing in your wheelchair, and I'm like, wow.
There was a few people I knew before who were there with me, you know, from then until today. And most of them obviously just gave up on me, which I understood, because maybe I'll also be a person to give up. Complicated situation, which I hated. And yeah, it just made my life much more harder. But today, fish back.
Do you ever use that to your advantage? Like, Monga, it's like, I can't remember.
No, there are actually moments where I do use it. There are where, even when I'm just like, ugh. So I just say, sorry, I don't remember. And I don't, like, it's fine, because some people will be reminding me, and I'm like, I'm not joking, sometimes I really don't remember, because with most people, that's why I said if you were just it's awkward, because I won't remember your name or how I know you. But
you can see
when you say hi to me, I can see your face, like I know that I know you, that you used to be my friend, or I knew you somehow, but I wouldn't know how. And some people try to remind me, but say, we used to, they'll show me pictures, and still.
I just never find out, because honestly, I don't know. Like, I think that with me, if there's something that a lot of people don't know about me, is the fact that, like, I hate to admit it, but I'm a control freak. I feel like it's because of I've struggled with anxiety, that if things are literally not certain, like, it drives my mind crazy. Like, I can drive myself crazy literally the whole day almost, because there's something that happened, and or if I had a dream and I remember but I can't remember, like, the whole day I'll try to be pulling that from my mind, and when I can't, I get so frustrated. I'm like, but thank God it always happens that, like, it comes. How did you feel about, like, just knowing that something happened yesterday that I don't remember, something will happen tomorrow that I won't remember?
What I used to do the most to blind myself, actually, because my voice.
She has flu. Not flu. You don't have flu. You just your voice is dead.
I was out.
I didn't want to say being a flu bush.
I was too loud. It's gone, so it's not flu or anything.
Let me not. I will not be like that. That's why I said
I just had a good time.
yeah. So your voice also had a good
last
time.
night was too good. Oh man,
I'm not even doing it with you.
What I used to plan myself with every day, because honestly for me, I wasn't happy with myself, my survival, I wasn't happy with being here, you know. So every day I used to secretly, my family, you know, I used to secretly drink. Breakfast, lunch, supper, even at gym I was drunk. People were thinking, how is she lifting such heavy weights? Because I used to lift heavy weights, 50 kgs and everything. And I'm like, if people know that I was actually drunk. Also, like waking up, because whenever I woke up and I decided not to wake up and drink, I would start crying because I would look at life and I would realize, I would say, fuck, I'm still here, and I would just start crying. So I realized it was the only way I could handle life was for me to be drunk. And whenever I'm drunk at home, they didn't know this because I was always just too quiet, and they used to think it's my medication.
Or it's the new Sbahle.
And I just, so I was always just quiet saying, don't speak. They won't know. And actually, they didn't realize. Well, I think because I was staying with my grandparents, like, especially in the beginning. And then shortly afterwards, I think it was a month after I left hospital, I wanted to get my own flat so I can drink in peace. Party in peace, do party in peace, talk in peace. No! Yeah, continue.
I actually don't even have that. No, but you know what is the thing that I always say to myself? I'm like, because we handle situations differently in life, right?
Yeah, we do.
And especially when you are still at a point, like, I feel like right now, if they say I was going through so much and I cope with that by drinking, the better me cannot judge the Owami that drank through that situation, because the better me is not in Owami's situation. Do you understand? Even though it's me. And I've realized that I always tell myself, as long as you're not hurting yourself, you're not hurting someone, when you're dealing with a lot, because obviously, like, you had to also deal with the loss, you're dealing with the loss of your memory, you're dealing with the loss of things you used to be able to comfortably do. Like, I'm glad that at least you got something that worked for you.
But one thing I decided a year later, beginning of 2020, I was like, actually, let me just face life as it is. Let me face myself. Let me accept myself. Let me look at life as it is. And I decided to stop drinking. It was the end of Jan 2020. Because Jan was my December as well.
Wow.
And then, that was before COVID started, and life, it was so hard. I wake up crying, so emotional, and it just became awkward because you have no one to actually share this with, because for me, I've always felt that I can't share anything because no one can relate. Same as how people used to say, Sbahle, life is perfect, beautiful. I mean, yes, my life is okay, and I'm building myself, and it's going to get better, and I'm getting the support I need, but I am a private person who wouldn't have comfort to cry in front of people. Like, even my mom, like, I'll be telling her, I'll be like, last month, she'd be like, why didn't you tell me on the day, you know?
Yeah.
So, at least now I don't tell her a month later, I tell her at least a week later.
I'm doing deals. So, with Mom, I was going through the most.
But, yeah, because also, you wanna make your parents proud. So, it's a whole thing where I don't wanna run home and I'm crying. Rather, I tell them what I was going through and how I overcame it, because I mean they're gonna upgrade me on this.
Like, big girl, Nana.
No, I don't know. I think this is what I love. So I've never been a person who communicates with anyone, from friends, family, anyone except my dog.
Wow.
My dog. It would even lick my tears. I'm like, thank you.
Are you serious? You'll be like, no, this is enough.
I'll pipe them.
Wow. At least you guys heard it. In Sbahle, it's not.
No.
Like, do you understand the levels?
But no, my target, that moment was always like once a month, where I'm just like, yeah.
It's truth day.
The only thing I didn't buy it was the pizza. Yes, I should have bought it pizza.
I know, like, we joke a lot, you and I, and literally, like, oh my gosh. But on a serious note, what advice would you give someone that is going through amnesia right now? Because I know the time that they spoke about it in the papers and everything, there were people that literally spoke about it, and some were like kind of making fun, you know, because sometimes I feel like most people on Twitter, like when they don't understand something, the first thing they just decide to do is make jokes out of it. And people were talking about how, like, oh, those amnesia things, they only happen on days of our lives and this and this. And I feel like being a black person that would go out there and maybe be in a car accident or something, suffer amnesia, and it has different levels, different stages. Other people were not as blessed as you to get like that machine that actually jumped your recovery. And maybe they're in a family or a situation where people don't really understand this, because there are people that think, well, oh, you're basically like, what's into this? Like, this person is lying, you know? You can remember, you just, you know, or no, just deep, and people don't understand. Like, what advice would you give that person?
One thing I'll say, if you have amnesia, the best way to actually recover is by, you know, re-looking at your pictures, actually letting people tell you who you were, what you loved, what you did. But also listening to people is tricky because they can lie. But it's nice when you like taking a lot of pictures and videos, then you'll easily see who you are, you know, and what you like doing. And read a lot, like read inspiring books, and because it's what I did, I still do. And just try to see that with what you know about yourself, what more, what more can you still do? If you can still redo everything, big ups to you. And if anything, I would say don't give up on yourself. If you have amnesia, that part of you, the past, is obviously in the past. Be present, live in the moment, and enjoy the moment. That's it. Just enjoy the moments, because it doesn't get any better. It doesn't. It's only gonna get spicier and spicier and spicier. Enjoy it. Eat paprika.
And life gives you lemons, make lemonade. But I think that the other thing again that I felt like that was brilliant is that, especially if you're suffering amnesia the way that you did, where if you do something the previous day you can't remember, start writing.
Yes,
start writing
everything down, because you'll get to like look at how your week was, what you did, or how your month has been. Like, I love writing. As much as I don't have amnesia anymore, I still love writing. I don't write what I do every day, but I kind of highlight all the moments of the month, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful because, you know, one day I'll be telling my kids, my grandkids, everything, and that's beautiful.
Gogo's Sbahle sitting there like, Mandana Mama, I used to wear bikini.
Yeah, guys, we're gonna meet her next year.
Aibo, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll find him. Yeah, I'm told it's not on my Google book yet.
So if you are hearing this and you're out there, come fetch your queen.
Oh, 3 and a 3, 3, tell the long one. Oh, 3 and a 3, 3, tell the long one. Yeah, don't say thank you.
Okay. But also I think that the last part that I will talk about here is that, guys, you know, I think that being on YouTube has helped me so much. My way of understanding things is so different now, you know. Because I feel like it's also our responsibility as the public that if someone goes through like amnesia, it's something that is so foreign to us, right? It's so foreign, like especially the black community.
Honestly, I wouldn't be able to relate or to even believe it because that thing is not believable.
Yes,
it just sounds.
It just sounds like, oh, it's something they acted on Days of Our Lives and the bold and the beautiful, you know. But I think that like if you have someone in your life that is dealing with amnesia, educate yourself on that. Educate yourself on how best to support this person.
Friend or
or if you have a friend or anyone,
just let them be because people are so judgmental. Like, I got a lot of, ABCs from everyone. And it broke my heart. Like I used to cry a lot and say fuck you.
But at least the people who did, you will have forgotten what they said.
No, because the thing is,
what hurts you
actually remember.
That's horrible.
And what you love, you actually remember. So that's why I'm even like in hospital. Like I would even get mad if Itu called me probably twice a week. I'll be like, twice a day. I'll be like, what the hell? Because I was so used to him calling me so many times and I like that. So I knew that the guy must call me at least 4 times. Or 10 every hour. Unless I'm sleeping.
Life belongs to me.
So anything that's exciting to you that you love. Oh, actually, another funny one was when I left. It's not funny. I find it funny. When I left hospital, my dad happened to open his safe, and obviously he knew that he can put his code freely because I wanted to.
Oh wow!
And the next morning, I happened to have taken a few things out, and he woke up and he was like, "How?" And I'm like, ask God.
Ask God, it's a miracle.
So
when you say things,
so
how much?
No, I wish it was money. It wasn't money, it was something else, and it was just like
I don't know.
So yeah, shame. Yeah, you can forgive me for that. Amnesia, I was like, no.
What was happening?
Like, those codes, those 5 codes. I still remember them. He doesn't know.
We need to sneak into that mansion.
We need to.
Secretly and take everything out and then run out. I'll be the one driving the getaway car. I'll race us out with
Yes,
this.
now he will know so he can change the code.
Yeah. But do you think he's gonna watch this video? Okay, so yeah. But anyway guys, thank you guys so much for joining us. This was just a relaxed conversation. And I really enjoyed myself. I laughed so much.
It's a relaxed one, guys, because with our conversations also, we won't be crying all the time. Like, we didn't cry today.
Thank God.
And besides, guys, never make up your like, I don't have time to cry. Do you see our makeup? They're not seeing us. Zoom in.
What? Okay, we're gonna zoom it in and it's gonna come in. So.
Yeah, but all our videos, our chats, because we always talking a lot. She knows so much about me, and
some things I wish I could
sometimes we go home. A lot of times we laugh together, and the things I say, she's just like, Jesus. Why?
That's what I'm saying. Some things I wish I could.
It's like today.
It was crazy, but
yeah,
thank God.
But she gave me, she gave me a very good direction with anything. Thank you.
You're welcome. You give me money. I want money.
That's already money. I need to pay her.
I'm telling you, you better go and sneak into your father's safe. Do what you got to do, baby.
No. Well, you know what's in the safe, you? It's better than money.
You lie.
If I had to choose a test, Sbahle, choose this or this.
The safe.
Okay, guys,
We're gonna go for it.
If you know, don't start fights here, okay?
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us. Sbahle has to sign us out because this is a channel.
Guys,
What?
Papa, you?
Wow! So banana, really? No, stand out.
Guys, like I'm new. I mean, my last video was 2 weeks ago, and yeah, there's just so much going on, and I'm still failing to make 100% time, but I will get better. And I'll have more videos. Aside from me speaking about my car accidents, this YouTube page is not about my car accidents. I'm gonna have more things to do, just that I haven't had time to see friends except her. That's why you're talking, yeah. So guys, I need more friends. I don't have. No, you are the main. I'm just saying need more.
No, I know for a fact that if they're like friends are being knocked off, the ones that have been there before me are the ones that are going. Because no, I've never done anything to you, so I'm still tops. Yeah, they'll be out. I'm here to kick everyone out. No, but yeah.
No, some are not going. Anyway, so at least you like probably number 15.
After what happened today, my ass moved all the way.
No, actually. No, yeah, guys, you.
Like I'm number one on that list. Tonight you better be like shuffling, seeing who needs to fall out and whatever.
I doubt I was even gonna be alive after today. Oh God.
I don't know what I was gonna support you.
But guys, thank you so much. It was a relaxed talk. We know there's about Amnesia. If you know anyone going through it, at least you know what to tell them of how they can operate. And aside from that, at least you guys know how I operated, how I saved myself, and yeah, there's actually more to it. But yeah, with my channel, guys, I'm still new, so do forgive me. I'm not perfect yet. Not yet.
I'm perfect.
But yeah, I've got perfect microphones. The lens, so much of a lens. Yeah, it even zooms in, zooms out, like look clear, everything clear. Oh, besides that, and the lights, well, okay, not all of them are active today, but
yeah,
I'm still new, things are still gonna come together, and yeah, I'm just
and
happy.
soon they will actually see you by yourself, imagine.
Yes.
Like just holding the conversation by yourself,
Actually,
moving from here
just
to
that
there.
right now, I don't know how to do that. So awkward, but yeah, I will learn, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. And also, it's my birthday, guys, next month. I'm just letting you know so you can give to 333 We love you, we love you, we love you.
We love you guys.
So
Thank you for
much.
joining us. We hope that we didn't bore you guys by laughing so much. But I feel like from the way that the last video was so heavy, like this one definitely had to be light, fun, and we are drinking, guys. So there's a bit of alcohol.
No, I only had 3% of this glass.
That's alcohol in the pure,
No, they
pure
said
spirit.
if you have 30%, well,
You can't even remember what they say. That's how much. Guys, bye. We love you. See